Welcome back to NT Coins World, where we explore the fascinating history, value, and rare finds of coins from around the world. Today we're diving deep into the 1962 D. Lincoln penny and 1972 D. Lincoln penny, often overlooked coin that could be worth much more than its face value. We'll discuss its history, unique design features, mintage numbers, valuable errors, and current market trends. So, if you love numismatics and want to learn how to spot valuable coins in your collection, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell to never miss an update. Now let's get started. The 1962 D. Lincoln penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, first introduced in 1909 to honor the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the Lincoln penny quickly became one of the most iconic and collected coins in U.S. history. By the early 1960s, the U.S. Mint was still producing Lincoln pennies in vast quantities, but with a significant difference. Small changes to the coin's design and composition were beginning to emerge. During this period, the U.S. Mint was transitioning to more modern production techniques, and in 1962, a key change occurred. The Mint removed tin from the penny's composition, leaving a 95% copper and 5% zinc mixture. This made the coin slightly different in appearance and texture compared to earlier wheat cents. At the Denver Mint, where the D mint mark pennies were struck, production levels were exceptionally high, ensuring that these coins were widely circulated. However, as we'll soon discuss, certain errors and high-grade examples can still fetch significant value today. The obverse front of the 1962 D. Lincoln penny features the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The details of the design include "In God We Trust" inscribed at the top, Liberty on the left side, the year 1962 on the right side, the D mint mark indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. The reverse back showcases the well-known wheat ears design by Brenner, used since 1909. It includes the large inscription, 1 cent at the center, United States of America below. 2 wheat stalks, one on each side, symbolizing prosperity. The motto, A Pluribus Unum, above. Although this design had been used for decades, minor variations in die strikes, doubling, and minting errors make certain 1962 D pennies particularly valuable. The Denver Mint produced an astonishing 1,793,148,400 pennies in 1962. This high mintage means that the majority of these coins are still common in circulation today. Despite their large numbers, most 1962 D pennies found in pocket change or coin rolls are in circulated condition, meaning they have wear and are generally worth only face value. However, uncirculated, high-grade or error varieties can be far more valuable. The value of a 1962 D. Lincoln penny largely depends on its condition and whether it has any notable errors. Circulated condition, typically worth 1 to 5 cents. Mint, state MS 60 to 63, around $2 to $5. High grade, MS 65 plus, can reach $25 to $50. MS 67 or higher. Some rare, perfectly preserved examples have sold for $500 or more. At auction services like PCGS and NGC have certified some high-grade specimens that command premium prices. The most valuable 1962 D penny was an MS 67 plus RD Red designation, which sold for over $1,000. The 1962 D. Lincoln penny has some notable error varieties that can be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Some coins display strong doubling on the inscriptions Liberty and In God We Trust. Depending on the clarity of the doubling, these can be worth $50 to $500 in uncirculated grades. The D mint mark was sometimes repunched, causing a doubling effect. These varieties can be worth $10 to $150 depending on their prominence. If the penny was struck slightly off-center, It can be worth $20 to $200 depending on the percentage of the off-center error. Some 1962 D pennies have die cracks or cuds raised areas caused by broken dies. Collectors pay $10 to $50 for noticeable die cracks, and larger cuds can command even more. A small die break between the letters B and E in Liberty, creating a BIE effect. These can sell for $5 to $50 depending on severity. The 1962 D penny is an excellent coin for collectors because it marks the last year of tin being used in Lincoln cents. It has several valuable era varieties that are still being discovered. It's an affordable way to get into penny collecting, especially in high grades. High-grade examples are becoming harder to find, increasing their value over time. If you come across a 1962 D penny, it's always worth checking for errors or getting it graded if it looks pristine. You never know, you might have a valuable coin hiding in your collection. The 1972 D Lincoln penny is part of the long-running Lincoln cent series, which began in 1909 to commemorate the 100th anniversary of President Abraham Lincoln's birth. The design, created by Victor David Brenner, remained largely unchanged for decades, making it one of the most recognizable coins in U.S. history. By 1972, the U.S. Mint was producing billions of pennies annually to meet public demand. At this time, Lincoln cents were still made of 95% copper and 5% zinc, a composition that would remain until 1982, when the Mint switched to a copper-plated zinc core to cut production costs. The 1970s also marked a period of rapid economic change, with rising copper prices impacting the value of pennies. While the 1972 D penny was primarily minted for circulation, some rare errors and high-grade specimens have made certain examples valuable for collectors. The obverse front of the 1972 D penny features a right-facing portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The details include "In God We Trust" inscribed at the top, "Liberty" to the left of Lincoln, the year 1972 to the right, the D mint mark indicating it was struck at the Denver Mint. The reverse back of the coin, designed by Frank Gasparo, showcases the Lincoln Memorial, which replaced the original wheat ears design in 1959 to commemorate Lincoln's 150th birthday. Features include United States of America along the top edge, the phrase E pluribus unum centered above the Lincoln Memorial, 1 cent at the bottom. If you look closely, you can even see a small statue of Lincoln inside the memorial, a detail that many collectors appreciate. The Denver Mint produced a staggering 2,665,071,400 pennies in 1972, making it one of the most widely circulated pennies of the era. This high mintage means that most 1972 D pennies found in circulation today are common and not highly valuable unless they are in exceptional condition or have errors. Given that billions were produced, most 1972 D pennies are worn and worth only face value. However, uncirculated, high-grade or error coins can be quite valuable, as we'll explore next. The value of a 1972 D Lincoln penny depends on its condition and whether it has any rare errors. Circulated condition, typical pocket change 1 to 5 cents. Mint state MS 60 to $63 $1 to $5. High-grade MS 65 plus, $20 to $50, MS 67 or higher, can reach $500 or more at auctions. In 2021, a 1972 D Lincoln penny graded MS 67 plus RD, red designation, sold for over $1,000 at auction. Coins graded MS 67 and above are rare because most pennies from this era were used in everyday transactions, leading to significant wear. Finding a 1972 D penny in perfect condition is challenging, making high-grade examples highly sought after. One of the most exciting aspects of collecting Lincoln pennies is discovering error coins. These are coins with mistakes that occurred during the minting process, making them unique and more valuable. Here are some of the most notable 1972 D penny errors. Some pennies show clear doubling on the words "Liberty, in God We Trust," and the date 1972. While not as famous as the 1972 Philadelphia DDO, the Denver variety can still fetch $50 to $500 in uncirculated grades. In some coins, the D mint mark was repunched, creating a doubling effect. These can range from $10 to $100 depending on clarity. Coins that were struck off-center can be worth $20 to $200 depending on how much of the design is missing. A 50% off-center strike with a full date and mint mark is especially valuable. Some pennies have die cracks or cuds raised areas caused by a broken die. Larger cuds can sell for $25 to $150 depending on size and location. A small die break between the letters B and E in Liberty creates what looks like an extra letter. These are collectible and can sell for $10 to $50. Even though the 1972 D penny is common in circulated condition, it's still a great coin for collectors because it's part of the classic Lincoln Memorial design, which lasted from 1959 to 2008. It has several valuable era varieties that are still being discovered. It's an affordable way to start collecting Lincoln pennies, especially in uncirculated grades. High-grade specimens are increasingly rare, making them a smart investment for the future. If you have a 1972 D penny, it's always worth checking for errors or getting it graded if it looks pristine. You might have a hidden gem in your collection. That wraps up our deep dive into the 1962 D Lincoln penny and 1972 D Lincoln penny. From its historical significance and classic design to its valuable errors and high market value, this coin is a must-have for collectors. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more rare coin breakdowns, hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an update from NT Coins World. Have you ever found 1962-D and 1972-D pennies with an error? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.